Okay. I think I'm live now. Ugh.
Uber Eats knows when your team's hungry for a win. You get hungry for pizza. And now you can.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay. I think we're live. I had to just do the weirdest thing to be able to even get chat working at all. Okay, I see Marie. I have you muted. Why? Okay, I feel like I can still hear myself. Okay, wow. Okay, hello, Marie and Isona and Brittany. Okay, I am so prepared with all the drinks. And I have Django kicked out of the room at least until it's time for him to eat. And then after he eats, he can come join. But he'll be on my nerves right now. Okay. There's a few things that I want to show y'all and talk about. And then I'm going to need, I guess we'll call it advice. Okay, I'm going to get up tiny in the corner. And situated. Hi, Sue. I'm not necessarily planning on doing sprints, but if this goes as quickly as it might go, then maybe we'll add a couple sprints on to the end, because I am loving my book I'm reading right now, because it's one of my 50 before 50 books and I love them. Also, if y'all were following earlier in the year when I had this pad where you tear off a day, anyway, this is what it looks like all the way through to today. It's a cherry blossom tree. I don't know why I did it when I'm so tiny in the corner of the screen, but there it is. And it looks really cute. The problem is the cats want to chew on it or use it to scratch themselves. So they rub their faces against it all the time and then they want to bite it. But the rest of these, like the year is about to be over, like right here. And then all the rest of these are just blank. So I guess I'll just peel them off. I don't know, or leave them on there as the base. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It is pretty and I like it. And I never keep up with things like that. So the fact that I've actually tracked it all year is quite amazing to me. Okay. Now, I created this thing, this bingo board. Oh, also, I'm going to film a video about this. So if y'all want to watch the video and be surprised, just maybe don't watch the rest of the stream, because I'm kind of going to be talking through it here with y'all to wrap my head around everything so that then I can make a video and actually explain what I'm doing and what it is. But this is the first slide of my Canva thing. And I have over here every day I want to enter the pages that I've read, and that goes in my spreadsheet. Let me get that for you. Over here. Yeah, over here is what it looks like. And first, I have a TBR thing. So I entered all the books that I'm planning to read in January. And the rest of December and into January. So that's all down here. And they don't have marks through them. The ones that I've already put over there to have read have marks through them. And then everything else is up here. The pictures of them are all up here. And so I entered them all in here. This costs money, by the way. I bought this on Etsy. Also, hello Culinary and hello Michael. And so anyway, that is the first thing on my list, is to enter the page number. So all I have to do is go here to what's called the reading log. And I say, this is today. And like right now I'm reading a book called, what's it called? Lost Hearts? Lost Hearts. Okay. Yeah. So I'll click on that and then I'll say how many minutes or how many pages I read. And then it does everything. Like it's got a calendar that's got all the pages that I read every day. And so far I have done really good with the pages. What I have not done good, you'll see over here in the stats, is my ratings. I have not been rating everything over here to the side. Also, I'm not currently reading either one of these. I don't know why it still says that, but maybe I have to go back and check and see if I marked them off. But anyway, the stats page, I mean, it looks awesome, but like this is everything for the year. So it's got November of 2025, 36 books are here. And then right now in December, so far 16 books. But you can see in November, the ratings at the bottom, I rated everything I read. And right here in December, I've only rated 2 of the books that I have read so far. So I need to do better about that. And then here are the days that I read. It's just a pixelated thing every day. Like I read every day. There's no... And then this is a thing with all my ratings on it, but it's only on the books that I rated. Look at that 2-star read right there. Most of mine are 4 to 4.5, as we all know anyway. And then a couple of 5 stars. I do have another 5-star to add. But I love this spreadsheet. Like I said, yes, it costs money. I don't have favorite books yet. And it determines the challenges. You don't really get to pick your challenges. But since I started, I've read 52 books since I've been tracking it. And I've read for 52 days. My goal is to read for 365 days, which I will do anyway. And then the A to Z challenge, they do it like she does it automatically. If a book starts with that letter, it automatically gets put over here. So technically, that's an A to Z challenge that I'm not even really trying to do. It's just entering it in automatically does it. And then you can transfer all these books to a library to be like, do I own this book or not? Anyway, this is not about this. What really all you have to do is go in here to the TBR section and I have to enter all of this information right here. And I just enter it one time. And then after that, all I have to do is go to, when I'm ready to start reading a book, I go to a new section in my journal because this is one whole book. So this right here is all about Lost Hearts that I'm reading right now. I just have to say when I started it, which was today, and it's got 762 minutes in it. So it'll tell me, I'll enter how many minutes I read today, and it'll just put a little percentage bar out here, and then I'll put the day I finished. And then I can summarize the book here, like from the actual website, or I can summarize it. Then my review goes here. Any tags I want to give it. I created a couple of tags that say 50 before 50, her kid, NetGalley. I created those tags. And then I put my rating down here and my spice rating down here. I can go ahead and tell y'all because it's Lexi Blake, it's going to be a 4 in my little chart. Anyway, and then when I'm ready to do another one, I just scoot over here to the next empty template and I enter the information. I copy it from my TBR sheet and put it over there. And then it's just there. And then when I go to the reading log, it'll automatically be in this drop-down menu. So it's a lot, but it's not hard once you get everything set up. What I did learn was that I've got to keep this TBR page up to date. So that is one of the things that I have on my recurring to-do list at the end of every month, or probably near the end of every month. Like right now in December on the 22nd, I already know what I'm doing for January, what I'm reading for January. So I've gone through and put them all in here that I'm hoping to read for January. And then toward the end of January, I'll go in and put all my February books in. But once I have them all in here, it's a lot easier for me to keep up with it. I just don't do it. I won't do it if it's every day. So that's the first thing I have to do. Like every time I start a new book, if I have to go get the information and put it all in there, I won't do it. Then I want to share what I'm currently reading on Discord. So if it's the same book, it's the same book and it's fine. It doesn't matter. And then I am going to be tracking on Goodreads and I'm just going to update and say, there we go. There you go. That's right. Every 15 days. That is a smarter way to do it. Then every time I finish a book, I'm going to share it in Discord. And that means whatever Discord it goes with. It might just be that it doesn't get shared anywhere. But if it is a Bridge 4 book, if it is our book club books, like if it's any book that I'm discussing on a Discord or sharing on a Discord, that's the first thing I do when I finish is share it. Then enter it in the spreadsheet. That was what I just showed y'all, that spreadsheet. And that means actually rate it, actually put a review, all of that, because then I'm going to copy my review and put it in Goodreads. So I want to write it in the spreadsheet so that I can then put it on Goodreads, and then I'm going to add it to my journal. I know if you're a member, then you already have access to the journal video. Is it out for the world yet, or just channel members? Sorry, let me look real quick. Wesley's yelling at Django because he's scheduled. Okay, it's still not out. It goes out tomorrow. So my journal video goes out tomorrow with my setup in it. So that's the last thing I want to do, is add anything about it in the journal when I finish reading it. So I'm keeping that there. I'm literally every day when I do this, I'm just going to move this check mark down here and say, like, okay, it's checked off, and then duplicate it, move it down to here when that's done, so on and so forth. And then I'll just put it over here at the end of the day or whatever. And then that way I just have a few things that I want to do every day before I start any work stuff. I want to get these things done right here. And that's it. So then over here, this bingo board, it is everything that I want to do this year. Now, there are a couple of things that I feel like I could take off or combine. Like somebody was mentioning, Journey Through the Stars is supposed to be January through March, and then Wish starts April to December. So technically, I could combine Journey Through the Stars and Wish. If I find another year-long thing that I'm just obsessed with and I feel like I can't say no to it, that's what I'm going to do. But y'all can see down at the bottom, I do have my Sims readathon down here that does not start until April. Well, the end of March is when we're launching it, but it's not a time-specific thing, so it doesn't need like a certain amount of time to accomplish. And so I'm not going to start it on exactly April 1st. We'll just start it when we kick it off. People can start participating. But that is what I have for all of my spaces. Yes, it is not equal because there's 6 across the top and only 5 down the side. I don't care. I'm not trying to get bingos. This is really just an organized way for me to have all of these. Now, what I would like to know is can I? That's my question. Let's just try it right here. If I go to this page, can I copy the link to this page and then go back over here and paste it? And then when I click on it, what does it take me to? Specifically that page. Okay. I kind of wish it would keep me in the document though and just like slide me down to that page, because that's what I was thinking is like, I don't want to have to scroll through like a million, technically 30 challenges every time. But I will if I have to. So anyway, I'm going to take the link off of here. I don't like it. Link. How do I take the link off? Edit the link. Yeah, let's just delete it. Okay, great. So I thought about doing that, but I guess I'm not. Anyway, here's what my bingo card looks like for this. And I'm kind of, like I said at the beginning, you guys may have missed it if you weren't here yet, but I am about to be filming this video where I'll walk through all of my 2026 challenges and like how it's going to go and what it's going to look like. And so I kind of wanted to walk through it with y'all here to like get it set in my brain. Okay, culinary, that's good. And so anyway, if you don't want to be spoiled for what I'm going to say in the video, then don't watch. But otherwise, I might need opinions in a little bit. So that's my first page, and that's going to continue to be my first page. And I will mark these things off when I finish them. Like when they're done, I'll mark them off. So here we are right here. And these are all the books that I have planned for January. There are 33 of them, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 33. Now, 2 of them are sagas. 1 is Spy Family. Love Hurts is only 30 pages. So it says 33 things, but I don't know how many pages it is. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that many pages. I have some quite small books on here, as well as only a couple that are larger, like bigger than 500 pages. I think there's only 1, maybe 2 that is. And technically, Lenny Marks Gets Away with Murder. I already read it. I read it last week because I wanted to see if I needed to do any kind of pivoting, like maybe it had some kind of, I don't know. I was just worried about it being the book club book without me reading it. And I think I'm so new to the book club thing that I was just scared. And I was like, okay, I need to read it first. So I did. But it's still on here because I read it on audio and I'm going to read it again physically since I bought a physical copy of it and I want to highlight things and do that stuff. So this is my January TBR. This page is everything from this TBR that is part of a series. Now, the reason I put that serious problem at the top is because, good morning, Dano, because this is what I'm going to, I had to. Y'all were all voting for it. And I was like, oh, okay, I need to read this quickly. Anyway, so these are all part of series. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them that are the first book in a series. And part of what this serious problem thing does is you lose points for reading the first book in a series, and then you gain points for reading the other books in the series. So all of these are in a series, but 9 of them are the first book. So I'm going to start out with a negative 18. And so the rest of these books better do something to get me some positive points for the month of January. But this is from Bridge 4, and they have not put out what 2026 is going to be exactly like this year, if it's going to be like it was last year, but it still should be basically the same, where all books get you points if they're part of a series, and if they're the first book, you have to subtract points. Like, that's pretty much the basis of how the whole thing works. So what I will do when I come in here, this is the first page I want to look at. This is the next page to just be like, what have I read and where is it? That's the other thing that I've done here. Every book here has a thing that says where it is. So Children of Memory is on Audible. That's what AU is. A Grave Robbery is on Chirp. That's what CH is. Lincoln's Ghost is on NetGalley. That's what NG is. And I have them roughly, I know I need to start with Lincoln's Ghost. After that, we'll kind of decide what's going to be happening after that. I do need to separate it. Oh, wow. Why did that just get real loud? Calm down, gang. Dang. Okay. Miss Smith said, I could never do a challenge where I get negative points. I know. I'm like, oh, well. Boo. Y'all know that's how I do testing. You know they do testing 1, 2. I say boo all the time in my microphone. So y'all don't hear it because it's usually at the beginning of videos. When I'm testing the sound, I'll say boo. Anyway. Okay. You're right. Separated into columns. I do need to have, but I just went through here today and did this. I looked them all up. This is what I was trying to look up on Goodreads when I said, is everybody else having a problem with Goodreads? Hello, Emily. Because I was trying to pull them up on Goodreads to make sure they were the first book in a series. And these are. I finally got it, but I had to go to Amazon instead of using Goodreads. Then, also part of Bridge 4, which I'm going to be doing Stardust Scavengers the same kind of way that I was doing, or that I am doing Lindsay's thing. Let me show y'all. Here is Stardust Scavengers. In case you haven't seen it, it is literally a scavenger hunt, right? So it's literally like, what do these have? You no longer use Goodreads. Thank you. So you're not having a problem. That's smart. So all of these has to do with titles, covers, genres, and authors. So they're just a bunch of prompts. And does your book fulfill it or not? I am not going searching out books for this. What my plan is to use books that I'm already planning to read. So this was the last thing I was working on before I had to leave and go somewhere, is I had all the books copied over here that I'm wanting to read for January. I also put a link here to take me directly to the spreadsheet, but I've already got it open, so I'm not doing that. And I have gone through writing my what potentially will go there. For the 3 books where the authors share a first name, I'm going to do Stephen Graham Jones, Stephen King, and then I need another Stephen. I know there's Stephen Chbosky or whatever his name is, but I don't know if he spells it with a PH or a V. That might not matter, right? Stephen is Stephen. So I just need to be on the lookout for another Stephen book. Yeah, who knew you were already reading 4 books with birds on them? That's my plan. That is my plan, is to just go through here with what I'm already reading. And honestly, so far, I've only done a couple. I just wrote, where is it? Oh, Lincoln's Ghost. That's the first book I'm reading, and that's a nonfiction. So I'm reading that here to be the genre book. But it automatically tracks. Okay, you see right here at the top, it says 0%. If I type in here that I read Lincoln's Ghost, it's going to automatically check mark it for me. Why is it not putting the percentage, changing the percentage? It did that over here. I'm sorry, what? True or false? And then what is this? Because when I type something over here, it doesn't even matter what you type, and you hit enter, it changed it. So maybe this is not in there yet. I don't know. I haven't read it. I'll actually just play around with it when it happens, but he only has 2 books. I've already read one of them too. So, did he write Imaginary Friend? Who wrote that? Because now I think he wrote The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which I don't want to read. So anyway, Stardust Scavengers, all that to say, it's not exactly a challenge that I am doing, like forcing myself to find books that fill these. I kind of just want to see if after a year of my reading, how many have I done? Okay, he did write both. Well, I've read Imaginary Friend, and I really liked it, but maybe I'll have to, I don't want to read Perks of Being a Wallflower. I want him to write another one like Imaginary Friend. I'll read that. Okay, so then we start all of the challenges, and I put them in order of how they are on my list. So all the way across the top, then the next row, then the next row, then the next row, then the next row, all the way down. So Stardew Valley right now is the last one because we don't have anything for the Sims readathon yet. But here's the bingo board. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 left, 12 left, and it's got to be done in March, at the end of March. Also, I'm hiding them all back here because, again, I'm doing this for the video, so I want to show a blank copy of it, and then I will move this to the back and say, and here's my TBR for it, you know. Hello, Simone. Gia Simone. Journey Through the Stars is different from Stardust Scavengers. Stardust Scavengers is literally just this scavenger hunt. Now, it's got a similar theme about things that fly and birds and the planets and that kind of stuff, like spelling the planets in the title. That's all the same because their theme for all of Bridge 4 is going to be about outer space. So everything is space themed. But then I will explain in just a second. Gia Simone. Then she said I said it right. Oh, Stephen Rowley. I love the Gunkel, the first Gunkel book. Maybe I read the second Gunkel as well. That's nice. I'm sure I'll find a Stephen at some point, right? Am I reading for the year? I'm not super concerned with it, but watch it be the last thing in December next year. I'm trying to find, I need Stephen to read a book. Okay. Anyway, Stardust Scavengers is different from Journey Through the Stars. Stardust Scavengers is all year long. Journey Through the Stars is just supposed to be the first quarter, January, February, and March. They are on Facebook as well, Miss Smith. And Culinary might know about a website that they might have. If I go look in their server, So it's a few people that have like joined together to do this. And so there's a whole different section for cats, book nerd stuff. And they do a lot of their own stuff that I don't participate in. That is where the Read Diversely chat came from, though, by the way, since I asked about it earlier and one of y'all told me that. But that came from Cat, which is why those are not space themed, but the rest of them have things to do with exploring space. But I know they're on Facebook. You tried to search. I don't know if they have a website. I don't see anything here. Let me see if they have a question. Like, can I introduce? Okay, I'm going to ask right here. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, the spreadsheet came from there. And then the link, I can give you the link to anything else that you want without having to go over to the Discord. I know we just cannot handle one more Discord. I didn't do the Discord for all of these, for all these challenges that I'm doing. So, okay, bye, Marie. Have fun eating. Okay, Gia Simone, let's get back to you. The Sims Readathon is not a thing that has happened yet, but it is a thing that is going to happen on my channel. And basically, I may have never explained this before. Maybe I have. Basically, a couple of other people and me are creating a Sims Readathon, and you will create your sim with whatever it's pretty much the base game of The Sims. So whatever traits are base game, you're going to pick the traits that you want your sim to have, and you will have to read prompts to create your base traits for your sim to have. You're going to get a starter house pretty much given to you. But then if you want to add anything onto the house, if you want to decorate the house, if you want to do certain things to the house, you're going to have to complete prompts to do those things. And then if you want a job, you're going to have to get a career and do things to increase skills to be able to get promotions in your career. And finally, if you pick a lifetime aspiration that you want to work on with your sim, you will have to do certain things to accomplish your aspirations. So it sounds like a lot of stuff because it is a lot of stuff, and we're working on it behind the scenes. And as soon as the holidays are over, that is going to be my top priority, is getting that ready to go. So if you have any graphic design background or hobby and you would like to help me with that, I would love to talk to you about it. Okay, because I'm trying to do it myself and I'm abysmal at the whole thing. So for the horror bingo, I still don't have a buddy read. Anybody want a buddy read something? It's not starting until March. Gia Simone? I don't know if you want me to say your whole name. So, but it is starting in March. It'll be my 5-year channel anniversary on March 24th, and we're hoping to kick it off that day for my 5-year booktube anniversary. Okay, these are my horror bingos. I have read Never Flinch, and I have read this one, and Something is Killing the Children. So I've read 3 of these, and I have a lot of them to go. I did link the channel down here, so I can click on that and go look at that. If I'm looking at any of these and y'all want to know where it is or where it came from, I can go get these links for you very quickly and put it in the chat. So you can just let me know. Actually, maybe I just do that anyway. So for this one, I knew I was going to cover it up. I knew I was. Okay, you're down to do one? This is the r/fantasy board. If anybody wants to check out r/fantasy, I went and got the website. Oh my gosh, we're not trying to do that. What's the matter with you? So that we would have it. Okay, for the horror bingo, it's from a channel called Wicked Reading. And so this takes you... Okay, I'm logged into my account that does not have YouTube Premium, so there's the ad at the front of it. But this is for the horror bingo, and I'll just link it right there. Okay. So we'll see. Who said they were down? Colleen. Okay, Colleen. We can, we'll just have to chat about it and see if we can figure out what the book is as we get closer. I mean, I have plenty of time. Well, plenty of time is not exactly true. How long do I have? Till September. So the end of September is when I have to finish it. All right. Then we have Romantasy. I've read quite a few of these. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. Y'all, I keep seeing Thrown in the Dark in Barnes & Noble with the beautiful purple sprayed edging. And I look at it every time. And then I go, that book is too thick for you to read with your eyeballs. You're not going to read it with your eyeballs if you pick it up. And so I just leave it there. But also, I don't know what happened to ungroup this. And let me see this. Okay, never mind then. I know, it's beautiful. Purple's my favorite color anyway. And then it's this color and it's purple and it has purple sprayed edging. And I see it all the time. And I'm like, oh, I just saw it today. Wesley and I just went to Barnes & Noble today. So anyway, that's everything that I have to read here. I'm going to be reading a couple of these every month. From all of these, I'm reading a few. I'm reading Strange Pictures right now. Don't talk to me about it. Yes, I'm reading it. Yes, I'm still on the same page I was on last time. But I'm reading it. Okay, and then it'll count over here as well. Then that was Romantasy. Oh, let me get y'all the Romantasy one.
Have been craving.
Here is the Romantasy bingo. All right. There is that one. That's what I did last night and today is I went through every one of these challenges and I got every link to everything I could find. So, okay, here's our January book club and losers club. The book club book and the losers club book. Note that I did not read the losers club book yet. I'm going to read it in January and make notes about it in our chat. But anyway. That's all I'm doing with it right now. And then I'll just put the books up top for January through May. And then I'll make another one for the next 5 months. So it's going to be weird because I'm going to have 2 months by themselves, whatever. I couldn't get 6 on here and have it be as big as I wanted it to be. So that's what we're doing. So there's no link for this because that's just here. So if you're here and you haven't subscribe to my channel. I never say that, but do that. Because then you'll know about the Sims thing as well that's coming up. Okay, then we get to one of the Bridge 4 situations. This is called Foreplay. And because they're all themed about space, it's called Space and Time Movie Night. And this is what I have every month for in this particular game. They will release 5 numbers and they correspond over here like if you were playing bingo, but instead of spelling bingo, it spells foreplay, which I noticed today down the A, we have this, which I said, is FS mean free space? Because that's way over here. And I find that to be weird because my bingo brain wants it to be directly in the middle, but there is no middle because it's 8 letters, not an odd number. So anyway, I think that's our free space. So everybody already has 1 space done. And then, like I said, they will release 5 numbers like L66, U27. And then those all correspond with a prompt. And then you will fill out the prompt. Every month, they put out a thing that looks like this over here on the left-hand side. And so we're doing L68, R42, P53, O13 and Y87. And then these are the prompts. And then these are the books that I have chosen for those prompts. So if it's a month specific, I have it in a different spot. This is for the whole year. So this is where I'm going to fill it in for the whole year. I have my books hiding back here at the back. So they'll go where they're supposed to go when I'm done filming the video about this. Okay. Then after Foreplay, We have Starbridge, also has the thing in there. This also is from Bridge 4. This is a space-themed chain reading challenge. So every month, they give us 5 things, but they connect to each other in a chain. So you start out a book with a hot setting. So I picked Desert Heat. It looks like it's not even going to be a good book, but that's what I picked, okay? Then for number 2, it says book number 2 has to share a trope with book number 1. So you have to find out what the trope is for your hot book, and book number 2 has to share that trope, which it does. And then book number 3 has to have an antonym for book number 2. An antonym means the opposite. So happily ever after in bliss, and a grave robbery, grave meaning not happy. I picked grave as an antonym to happy. So let's fight about it if you want to. Book number 4 must be the debut novel from book number 3. So Deanna Rayburn wrote this. I had to go find her debut novel, which is called Silent in the Grave. So I'm reading that one for number 4. And then number 5 has to be plus or minus 20 pages from book number 4. And I'm reading Parasite by Mira Grant. This seems to be one of the most specific ones, or the ones that it's harder for me to find other books to fit in. So this Starbridge, that's what it's called, yes, Starbridge, is going to be the one that I'm probably going to look at first each month and get those 5 specific books, or as early as I can when they put them out, and then use those books to decide other things, because it's going to be 5 books that are automatically going to go on my list. I don't want to pick my list of 20 books and then have these 5 not fit anything. So I've got the 5 books that I picked for January is Mercury, and then Venus, Earth, Mars. It goes all the way down, including Pluto. Those of you who are old like me, we love Pluto. Then the Sun, the Moon, and the Milky Way finally to make 12. So this will be all filled up by the end of the year, 5 books a month for Starbridge. This also is under Bridge 4 books. So this also is under Bridge 4 books. This one is specifically from Kat's section of Bridge 4. So they're about flowers. They're not about space. And this one is 52 books. And so what I did was over here on the 52 book club, I am randomly picking each week one of these numbers. Now, am I picking it on the exact week? No, I am not, because I need to know what my TBR is going to be for January. I can't do it just willy-nilly. Every week, I can't add another book to my list. So I went ahead with my channel members, which is what I'm going to do every month, is I went ahead and picked what my first 4 were going to be. So the month of January, the 4 weeks of January are planned out here. Yes. Yes. Well, did you feed him? That's what he wants. Okay. You can leave it open though, but just feed him and then he'll come running. Okay. So for the book club, whatever number I rolled or randomly got for the book club is what I did for over here, because there's 52 and 52, and I didn't want to have to pick twice. So I do already have the books picked out back here for this one, and these are the books on this side. I also have, whoops, will you stop it? Why can't I grab you? Okay. I also have the books picked out for these as well, but they're over here to the side on this one. Let me get the website. The Bridge 4 books, I don't have a website for, but these I do. This one is the 52 book club. That is really smart, Michael. We were talking about that before, about trying to do too many of them and getting overwhelmed with it. And that's why I decided, well, I said it to you yesterday in the Discord, but my plan is I start out January with the intention of doing all of these, and then we see what happens. As every quarter, I'm going to reevaluate. What my problem is I like to have these things big enough, as big as the screen is when you're watching it with your phone turned sideways or on a TV. But everybody creates their things, almost everybody creates their things for Instagram like this in a vertical manner. and I cannot, I don't like how it fits in my thing. So I have one over here. This is for Phase Out Your Series-a-thon. So if you guys don't know Chris's Corner,
How does our company go?
let me link their channel. This is for, I'm just going to say, well, I don't have to say anything. There it is. That is Chris's video. And so they do a Phase 10 readathon, and then every month, I think, Chris uses Phase 10 to pick their TBR. I want to say that's right. I know they used to do it because that's how I originally found their channel. So I don't know that Chris does it that way, but yeah, I am not doing it hard. You see, I've got the easy board. That's what I'm doing. So these are all about series. And so I went through what I think I might do the whole year is I went through and picked out the books for January that I knew would fit these in here right now. And then if I can't like fit anything on here, whatever won't fit for January, I'll look again in February. Nope, just regular. And so that's what I'm on right now. And I think there is one that has a weapon on the cover that I could add in there, but I can't do the entire TBR for the whole entire thing. Like, what do you do about Bridge 4 or other things that you only find out at the beginning of the month? I don't know. That's hard for me. But these are, I mean, most of these are pretty simple. 5 or more books in the series, a solid background, an element on the cover, representation. I almost talked myself into getting, I have the Phase 10 cards directly in front of me because I just played a round of monstrosity. I guess I just gave it away that I used Phase 10. But I almost used Phase 10 and randomly drew a card. And then if it said, like, since it was green, I would have had to read one of the greens. Like, I almost did that to myself. And then I was like, you do not need to add more chaos right now, Amanda. So I didn't, but. Okay, then we have Eldia. What does this say? Oh, the whole thing is here, but for some reason it's not loading. Let me redo this. So if you're in the Discord, I shared with y'all what G shared on her Discord, where she said the Eldia map is going to be used for a few years. So definitely 2026 and potentially 2027. And then maybe she will make a new one either in 27 or 28. So that's what's happening. And I am dropping down to only one girl. So I'm only having Emmeline, not Adrian. Adrian has graduated and she has gone off to do her work with her God. And I am sticking with Emmeline because Emmeline wants to learn all the things and have all the knowledge. So she and I are going to be hanging out doing Eldia this year, and we're going to do school. I'm going to do school with her. So that is my, let me get that scooted over a little bit. So that is what I have right now. And then the only link I have is to the G Drive. Let me see. I gave y'all that link. Okay. So, I mean, I guess I can link you to Eldia if you want it. This is the Eldia prompts. And then maybe while we're here right now, because I haven't figured it out yet, let's just decide which thing we're going to start at. Now, here's what happened last year to my girls. They went on the right side of the board. Both of them did. So I'm going to go to the left side of the board. We're going to start at 1B is where we're going to start. It has the same prompt, all of the ones in the middle. Any one you want to start at has the same prompt. So we're going to start at 1B. I'm going to go 2 here and 3 here. I mean, I'm not going to, but I could go for a 5D. I could end up out here, but since I am just going with Emmeline, my plan is to stay in this general area and kind of make this be my route. Now, I have zero idea what these prompts are, but I think this is what I'm going to do. Ancient Tree Blessings is at the end, or over here we have City of Dark Meadow at the end. So I think I want to do the the ancient tree things. Anyway, so I'm starting at 1B. That is definitely what's happening. I know that I have a picture of Emmeline somewhere, but really, I'm going to try one thing. We're going to do magical. And is it going to pull up my magical readathon people? It's definitely not. I don't know. I put them in here a long time ago. Okay, it's not. Or what if I just type in Emmeline? Will it find her? No. It's like, no, sorry, there were none of those. Let me try Eldia. Oh, no. Okay. All right, well, I will find her and put her in here. For now, I think I'm going to put just a ribbon. Let's just find a ribbon. We want a white ribbon, but that's fine. I'll use, what? Why'd you have to be so dang big? Calm down. Okay. Maybe I don't want a ribbon. I want a bow. That's what I meant anyway when I said it. Okay, cute. It's pink. We're going to make you white, but thank you for joining us. And let's make some, oh, that's kind of gray. Let's do, oh, I do not like that. No. Okay, that's great. Why do I care? I'm going to replace it with a picture of the girl. I just can't handle it being weird right now. Okay, so 1B, we're putting this little bow on 1B. This is where our girl will be starting out, right there. Okay, now fit the page. Perfect. Yay, I'm excited. Oh, and if you click that link and you go over there, it says that the first prompt is to read a book from 2024 to say goodbye to 2024 and hello to 2025. It's just moved forward a year. So you're going to read a 2025 release to say bye to 25 and hello to 26. So if you go over there, all the prompts are the same except for that one. Oh my gosh, Django is rolling around the floor, kicking things. He's throwing a full-on tantrum. Okay, then we have Read Good Challenge. Y'all, what? Where is it? I know for sure that I put him on here. I did not. So let's do Ben Reads Good. Hold on, we're going to go grab that link because I can't not have a link on here, which I guess I can show y'all really quickly how you do this. Okay, so I want it to be this video of him explaining the challenge. So you can copy it straight from the top, but they get to see a stat that says how many people shared their video. And so I like to click on the share button down there and copy it that way, just because, I don't know, maybe it gives them more stuff. I don't know what it does to them. Anyway, text in the body, and I'm just going to say channel, because it's his channel. And then when you double click it and highlight the words, you can just hit Control V to paste, and it pastes it directly in there. And now you have a link to his channel, which I am going to give to y'all. Read Good. Okay, have fun at your meeting. Read Good challenge right here. First of all, I have never seen his channel before. Here he is over here. His name is Ben. Ben Reads Good. Okay, I've never seen Ben's channel, but apparently this is, the third year that he is doing this, and he likes to take the name of the month and make a pun out of it, and then make that into a challenge. So usually in January, he does something, he calls it Annuary, and you have to read a book whose author's name is Anne, which I just think is really funny. So this year, he actually put out a poll and he was outvoted, and they picked Scranuary, because those of you who live in Northern England and Scotland can tell me, but he said scran means food of some kind. And so he is from England, whether it's Northern or Southern, I don't know, but he's from England. And he said that scran is another word for food. I don't know. I don't know if any of our European people are even here, but anyway, I chose a book in January that I'm already reading that has food on the cover. Not on the cover, in the title, and mine says sugar, 2 parts sugar. Hello, Brittany. I gotta close the window. Y'all, it's 35 degrees outside, and I opened the window because I was hot. That's middle age for you right there. Okay. So, and then in March, you're supposed to read an Oscar adapted, like a book that was adapted to something else and won an Oscar. And it can be any from any time. And he said that when he had this in the past, he picked True Grit. Okay, Brenna, see you in a minute. And he picked True Grit by Charles Portis. And y'all, if y'all saw my video, you cannot sit up here with me, babe. You still can't get on my back. That's not true. He can get on my back. The problem is that he won't just lay there and be still. Come on. Lay down. Okay. There. Perfect. Now, be still. Okay. Anyway, if you saw my vlog where I went back to my hometown, that tiny little town in Arkansas that has 3,000 people that live there, not quite 3,000 even, honestly. Charles Portis is from my town, and on the mural, I showed y'all the mural and told you about the famous people that live there. Charles Portis' book, True Grit, is up there on the wall. So I've never read it. My daddy loves it, and I've never read it. So I'm going to see in March if he wants to reread it when I read it for the first time, and we can read True Grit together. I've never seen the movie, which apparently won an Oscar. Otherwise, it wouldn't work for this thing. And I didn't go through any of the rest of them, although let me tell y'all, February, you have to read a book set in Australia or by an Australian author. I think that's adorable. February, like kangaroo. Okay. I don't know why I felt like explaining the joke to y'all, but I did. Anyway, this one also requires more prize winners. So if you don't ever read prize winners, maybe this is not the one for you, but it just seemed really fun and really cute. And so I was like, okay, I'm doing it. And I'm already reading January one that works. And I will be reading True Grit because it's set in Arkansas. And I also need to read a book set in the state that I lived in, like where I grew up. So that's what I'm doing for that. The rest of them, I don't care. I'm not planning them out. And I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't read them exactly in the month that it was. You're a little behind, but you're kind of sad that the prompts for LDO weren't mixed up. Yeah, I was thinking that as well, but they would have had to make a whole new map to go with all the words and everything else that they did. I see you took it away. You're trying to fix your typos. I think it's fine. I knew what you were saying, didn't I? Then we have TBR Takedown. And y'all, it does have a YouTube video. Why didn't I share the YouTube video? Okay. It has a thing. I don't know why I thought I had all of these done and I do not, but TBR Takedown, I do have it right over here. So I'll grab it real quick and we'll put it in here. But here's what I also did for this one. I had to copy. There's not a place that you can go to get a graphic, any of the things. So what I did was I put them all behind this and then I just made this over the top. So they're all back here behind the books. All of the 52, there's 52 of them, 52 prompts are back there. Now, what she's trying to do with the TBR Takedown is read books that you already own or, well, not necessarily. She said it didn't have to be, but here it is. It's from Rescues and Reads. So I'm going to do the share and the copy. And then over here, we'll do this again. See, Django just sat down again, and I can't have him crawling up and down on my back. If he gets one place and stays still, that's okay, but he's not doing that right now. I don't know why. All day today, he's been doing that. There's also a van parked out in front of my house. Oh, I think it's a delivery van. I can't really tell what's happening. We don't have that many vans, do we? Oh, he is delivering things, but anyway. Oh, Dano just got caught up. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad about it, but that's also why I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go to the other side of the board and just have my girl go do the things over there. So it'll be all right. For TBR Takedown, I literally just went through the list. Like I said, oh, I didn't share either where it is. Okay, that's the TBR takedown video. But I just went through the list and picked 4 books that I'm already planning to read in January that went with it. Because if I keep up the theme of 4 books off of this per month, then I'm going to finish them by the end of the year. Right? Yes. There's 52 weeks in the year. All right. Roughly 4 a month will get me close enough. Then I have a spot for Wish, and this is one of the few ones on here that's completely empty. This does not start until April, and it is also from Bridge 4. So then we have the TBR-a-thon 2026, and I watched the video again today, and it's going to be so good. Do I have a link to the video? No, I do not. I have a link to the Google Drive where we're going to submit the forms. Wait, did I link both of them with the same? I linked them both the same. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, well, let's remove your link. Oh, no. I removed the wrong link. Now, what is wrong with me? Okay, copy this. Let's go back over here. Book logging, linked. Okay, G Drive. Let's take your link away and let's go find Leandra really quickly. Stop. We want to go to Leandra, the TBR 0. There we go. Okay, and no, I don't want quick stats. I would like to see... There it is. TBR-a-thon January announcement. Let's share, copy. Here's Leandra's. And then I need to copy it over here. Sorry, you can go away. Up here for her channel. I will tell you in just a second. Brittany, do you use Canva? Oh, read along. Don't worry. Oh my gosh. I'm hung. How am I hung up? Okay. We will get to read along in a second. So this is my plan, is to get gold. I want to get the gold in the maps. So what you have to do to get gold is, in number 1, the Old Growth Forest is historical fiction. And you have to read these 3 books, and they all have to be in the historical fiction genre. For romance, they have to be in a romance genre. The genres have to match the prompts. If you don't want the gold and you want the silver, you read all 3 of them, and they don't have to match. They can be anything. So if you don't want to read horror when you get to Bloody Hollow, you just have to read a debut author, no matter what genre they write, a chilling cover, so anything that you think is a chilling cover, and then a booktuber recommendation of any book, any genre. It does not have to be matchy to what it says. That gets you the silver. Then if you want the rose gold, which is so pretty, you only have to read 1 book from each location. That's it. Just 1, not 3. But I want to get all of them. So I'm going to read all 3. That is my plan, at least for right now, is to read all 3 locations on the map. Now, read along in just a minute. When we get to the non-yearly things, I'm going to show you what I'm doing with the game board. Now, Brittany, Canva is free to use. If you go to canva.com, and it's going to log me in, so you'll have to create your own account. But once you do that, right under where my face is, over to the side, it says create. And whenever you open it up to create, you're going to want to create right directly underneath me says presentation. And then over to the side, 16:9 presentation. And that's what you want to make. And it's going to give you a blank thing. You will add pages just like this. Add page, add page. You can drag the pages and move them around. You can duplicate the pages. You can delete the pages. You can, however you want to do it, in whatever way you want to do it. And then over here to the side, they have elements. Anything that has the crown on it is the pro version. So you can't use anything that has the crown. But let's say that you wanted some trees. Like, I just want you to see how many are not. Here are the graphs. So this whole row, this tree, like there's so many trees that are free, part of the free version. And you can just use these to decorate your stuff however you want to. You drag them around. You can make them smaller and bigger. You click on the background and click on this, and you can change your background color to anything you want it to be. However you want to design it and do it, it's really fun to just play around with. But that's how you do it. And it automatically saves it all the time. So like when I close this and I go here to my house, I have an untitled design over here to the side. And when I open it, it's this thing where I put a random tree on page 4. So that's how I do it. That's how I make them. And I, for the longest time, used the free version. And until I started doing this, like for my channel, I didn't. I just used the free version. But I also discovered that if I want to use Canva to do merch, this is probably a good thing to tell all of y'all, that if you want to use it to make things that you're going to sell, if you get the paid version, I'm not subscribed to her on this channel because I don't watch YouTube on this channel, so she got another sub. Anyway, if you want to sell anything, you need to use the paid version because you are paying for the things with the crown to be able to use. And so then you can resell them as long as you add other things to it. Like you've taken the art that was on Canva and you have created it into a new art design. You can't just like take that thing of trees that I just said right there and then save it as a picture and have somebody pay for it, because they could pay for it on Canva, but they can't buy your art if you take those trees, add snow falling around them, and do whatever else. So anyway, if you're trying to sell things, you need to use the paid part of Canva and not the free part of Canva, because then you're not paying Canva for using their elements. Okay. All right, the drive. This is what I want. This is the whole TBR-a-thon drive. And that's what I thought I was getting before to link over here, and I did not. So there we go. And I have just found that for me, it is most advantageous. It just sounded like Bill and Ted. Most advantageous to have all of my links over here so that like when I read a book for this, I just click this link right here and I automatically can log the book. Because if I've got to go over to the Discord and find where the link is and click on the link, that's too much for me to do. But if it's right here in front of my face, every time I finish, then I can just go. The same thing for, like I don't want to have to go to her channel, find the link to the book logging thing and log the books. I'm just not going to do it. These are the 26 books I'm reading in 2026. And for those of you who got an early peek at my journal, you saw that I had all these written in there. So they are for a year-long secret project that I will not be telling y'all about until the end of the year. So Django's back. Also, I'm reading a book and the girl's dog died and the dog's name was Django. What? She named her dog Django. I thought you were the only one, babe. I know. I don't know. I thought you were the only one. Okay. All right. You can sit on this side of me. I just don't want you being in the back. Oh my gosh, Michael. Absolutely not. That sounds awful. Okay. So this has no link or anything because they're mine and I made them up. I mean... I didn't make them up. You thought the book title of The Winter People said The White People? Oh, I saw a copy of The Winter People today in Barnes & Noble, and I almost picked it up, and then I was like, no, I would rather read that on audio than... But I did get a copy of How to Solve Your Own Murder today at Barnes & Noble, because that's on here. And I already own Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. It's back there behind me. I can't even say it without wanting to sing... Hamilton. Okay, spread those pages. Somebody explain to me. This is only on Storygraph. There is no link. I cannot find anything about it anywhere outside of Storygraph. So this is on Storygraph by this person, S.H. Mashes, M-A-S-H-E-S. So S-H-M-A-S-H-E-S. Schmashes. Maybe is how you say their name. In any case, I went and looked for everything I'm reading in January that fit over here. Everything is romance, or except for the nonfiction book, but it says nonfiction of any sort. So I picked a nonfiction book about sexual representation. So, hey, I need you to just stop being weird. Okay, lay down, please. My gosh. Okay, so I can't share anything about Spread Those Pages. Sorry. I do have Rainy, though. Rainy Blue reads.
I want to be rich.
Okay, weirdo. Stop doing that. Share. This is Series Takedown. What's funny about this is that I'm reading, so many of these yearly challenges that I'm doing are about series, but it's not making me read more series than I would have been reading. I'm just counting them on multiple things. So I don't know. This just feels like the whole thing feels like an act of administration more than it feels like reading challenges. Like, how good am I going to be at keeping up with all of the nonsense that goes with this? I just meant because the way he said it. And he was talking to a duck, Michael. Come on. You're not walking around talking to ducks, are you? I hope not anyway, because I hate ducks. I'm scared of birds, so whatever. These are series that I'm already reading and already doing, and so they just fit. I need to find out an author's debut series. I want to find out the Finley Donovan girl. Is she... Oh, wait, what, Stephanie? I was looking at the Spread Your Pages one last night, and you're curious about what people are doing for true crime, smut romance book prompt. Like dark romance to be fiction. Yeah, me too. Plus, who is telling their story of like, well, he was stalking me, but turns out I liked it. Like, I don't know. Who's telling that story? True crime. Yeah, I don't know. So mood read is going to be easy. Making forward progress is easy. Going off vibes is easy. I feel like readathon/bingo collab. I'm not sure what she means exactly by that. I will check it out in the video when I rewatch it. And then I've got to go watch the rest of her stuff to see what series she loves. But the only thing I have left are just these few to like pick out. The rest of them I've already chosen. So that's it. Yes, that's exactly right, Michael. That's why I'm going to be reevaluating, to just be like, this is ridiculous and no. Maybe. Okay, Her Kid 2. These are the things that I have left. So I'm not going to zoom in and go through all of these because I do Her Kid updates every month. I got all of these graphics from Bridge 4 Books. I will ask Bridge 4 Books people if they're okay with me sharing them on my Discord. And then if they say yes, I will share them all over there. And I'm sure they're going to make one for Her Kid 3, which, according to our very own Amara, who created my series spreadsheet, they're already working on Her Kid 3. So Amara is apparently a part of the in the know people around Stephanie. And she said they were already working on Her Kid 3. So she said, you have to do it, because I said in my video that I didn't know if I was going to. I had a lot of people having a lot of thoughts about it. So we'll see. But anyway, these are the things that I have already done. I've put them on here already if they're finished. If they're not on there. That makes sense. And then I've marked done for all of my spaces that are done. That's all I'm going to do with that one, is update it. Then we just got Buzzword for 2026. And thankfully, my happily ever after in bliss fits the before and after words. And the body part, internal, fits blood coming out of the rose. So I have already gotten my January reads just from what I had already picked for January. And then I was able to put, that's why it's small up there. I could do 7 more on the cover challenge just from my January TBR. I could be almost done with the cover challenge. And then I only had one more word that would fit for an occupation. He's the field marshal. Doesn't that sound like an occupation to y'all? Don't tell me it's a title. It's an occupation. He's the field marshal. Anyway, so that's what I'm putting. And I'm just making them small right now because my plan is in the month of February, if I have something that fits a silhouette, then I'll just use whatever I'm reading in February. But if I don't, I'm going to use what I'm reading in January. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not strictly sticking to the January to December. I did that this year and it worked fine. And I just kind of proved to myself that I could do it. So I'm not overly concerned about doing it anymore. Like I did it and that was nice and I don't have to do it again. And I didn't link Kayla in here for some reason. I also didn't link QWERTY back over here. I do need to put her kit in here and I actually have it as a saved tab. It's one of my tabs up here. I am going to close this tab. Do y'all hear me? That's hard for me to close a tab, just so y'all know. And I'm going to put a website. And that's where I'm going to link it. There we go. Okay. And then, I mean, I feel like I watch enough Kayla's videos. I don't actually have to do this, but... here we go. Right here. I can just share it straight from here. Oh, I didn't even think about, do y'all need this? The buzzword challenge? Let me get back to y'all. Oh my gosh, I just accidentally opened that. Okay, and then let me see what you said. Stop. This is buzzword. Okay. Dano said, I think I'll change some things in her Kit 3 to make sure it's all prompts I want to read. Okay, yeah. I think that's smart. I think people have had 2 years of doing it. If you've done it from the beginning, we've had 2 years of like figuring out the kinds of things that we can do pretty easily with our normal quote unquote reading, whoever you are. And the things that are really big stretches. And I have seen, for me, the big stretches are the locations. Like, I don't read the translateds and I don't read... Oh, I don't know. There's no reason. Just because what'll happen? Like, I don't think I've ever done that. Can I link it if I've locked it? Oh, I just did. Honestly, because I didn't know you could link a image. But okay, thank you for pointing that out. Now I've just linked an image and a thing, a word. I did not know that you could do that. So that's why. So maybe I go back and fix it because I would rather not have to find this tiny word that I have decided to put wherever I've decided to put it. All right, then we have Beat the Backlist, which I do have the website. I will copy it for y'all. This one has different versions. I'm doing the easier version that is a 5x5 board. There's another one that's bigger. I think maybe one of y'all are doing the bigger board. I'm not sure. Yeah, you do read some translated, but they're all the same author. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. The bigger one is 52. Okay, yeah. Definitely not what I'm doing. So I'm doing the bingo board with 24 because we have a star in the middle. And I've already filled out quite a few. So I need a recommendation in real life, which is going to be Laura whenever she decides to give me one. The 10-10-10s just makes me angry that the title has to have more than 10 words. Y'all have shared some with me, but there's not a book that I normally would like to read that has more than 10 words in the title. That is ridiculous. But they're all under here. Like, I just have them stacked up. So Throwback to the Good Old Days is a childhood favorite. It could be mine or somebody else's. So that's why I asked y'all in Discord to give me some childhood favorites. And you did. I'm excited to read some of y'all's favorites. And then favorite author recommendation. Stephen Graham Jones loves to recommend books. So I will just be reading one of those. A celebrity author. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't love doing those. Maybe I read that Tom Hanks book that he wrote, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do there, but Lights, Camera, Action has to do with movies, book to screen. or about movies. Oh, well, you know what I can put right there is True Grit. Let me do that right now since I know I'm already reading it this year. Oh, it's supposed to be books that I already own, right? I don't own it, but whatever. We don't follow the rules. Oh, it's right here. I don't even have to search for it. Boosh. Okay. Book to screen adaptation. So, did it. Okay, book submission and the channel for Once Upon a Year. So, let me tell you all what I have decided to do here. Well, we're all doing the same thing on this one. I got confused with Romance U, which is next. So, Once Upon a Year, we're all telling a story. And I even have my little dice roll. I rolled a 2 and I put it here so that I knew what I needed to find. So these are the books that I have picked for the first quarter of the year. So January, February, and March. And there's still 4 more down here that I need to do. I don't understand why people are putting these in spoilers. Candlelight Tales says what? A book you only read at night. Okay. And then Children of Memory is The Star Above, a book with a moon, star, sky. I don't know why we're hiding these, but when they share them in the thing, they're putting a spoiler bar over these 6 books at the bottom. And I was like, I don't understand. They're a book chosen or recommended by someone, a survival, isolation, or locked room story. Like, they don't seem like they need to be hidden. I don't understand. But anyway. This is what I'm doing right now. I have not figured out what I'm going to be doing for these other 4 or these 9. They're side stories for every month. And January has 3. New Year's Chronicles, Book Stack Challenge, and the Gift Log. So those 3 things you will do and then submit that you have done them. I went over to the website or to her Discord and got the book submission link. And here's the link to her channel where she announces this. If you want to do the Once Upon a Year, I will put that here. And Michael, you saw a library challenge that you're going to be doing because you want to do one with your library. That's awesome. I'm doing something with my library this year as well. And then for Romanceopoly U. Okay, I have decided my major is going to be in paranormal studies. That means that I need to read 5 paranormal studies books. First of all, I do have to read the 5 main books, which I already have picked out for my general education classes. Then I will read 5 paranormal studies. My minor is going to be romantic arts, so 5 of these contemporary romance. And then my electives will have to come from fantasy theory, historical studies, and dark psychology. So those will be my electives. Then for the clubs, I'm definitely going to join the Hearts and Spoons Club, and potentially I might join Secret Stacks. Secret Stacks is all about KU books, and I do have KU, and so I thought maybe that'll get me to reading them a little bit more if I join a club specifically for that. I don't know, but we will see. Then the sports, there are 4 seasons of sports, and so winter is Frostbitten Trials, then the Bloom and Brawl games in the spring, Heat Wave Cup in the summer, and Final Frenzy in the fall. And in the Google Drive, I think, is where, it tells us where all of these things are, and the prompt cards that you get for everything that you do and all of that stuff. It has tons of information about it. So I went through today and rewatched the video and decided on my major and my minor and all the things and got links to everything. Let me get the channel link. This is for Romanceopoly U. My computer is like, that is not a word. I know it's not, babe. I don't know what to tell you except somebody used it as a word. This is the diversity. Read diversely, not diversity. And the first one is mental health representation. And someone told me that it was in Swift and Settled. So that's what I'm reading. I'm already reading that in January anyway. So I'm putting it in there for that one. And she already has a book picked for every single one of these. This is from Kat at Bridge 4 Books. So I know she's on Facebook. Otherwise, she's just in the Bridge 4 Discord. But I am going to do my best to do this. And we will see what it looks like at the end of the end of the year, and what I decide to do about it. This is also Bridge 4 Books, and this is the one that just goes from January to March. And it is pretty detailed with all of the things you're going to be visiting. I've got all the planets behind me that we're going to. And the only thing about this one is that you have to read these training things in order. In order, and before you can start anything else. So Lincoln's Ghost is going to have to be my first book, followed by A Grave Robbery, Children of Memory, Nemesis Games, and Full Speed to a Crash Landing. I am going nonfiction, mystery, historical mystery, and then 3 sci-fi in a row. My brain is going to explode reading Children of Memory and Nemesis Games back to back. I will say, though, that I just finished the one right before Nemesis Games, which was called Cibola Burn. Y'all told me how to say it. And I gave it 5 stars because, of course, I did. I've given every one of them 5 stars. They're so stinking good. And so I think after I read Children of Memory, which I'm kind of forcing myself to read, then I'm going to jump into this one and be like, oh, a breath of fresh air. And then Full Speed to a Crash Landing is supposed to be like a fast-paced sci-fi, so that will be nice to do. So I have to do those first in January. And then these can happen. These 3 need to happen before these 2 happen, before these 3 happen. But they can happen kind of in any order that I want them to. Y'all need to all be grouped together. I don't like y'all being by yourself back there. I don't like it. There you go. No, I still want you to. Why am I like this? Why can't I just be satisfied that it looks okay? I never care about things looking perfect, but suddenly I do. Okay, I want to ungroup y'all. Now everybody gets grouped. And then we all get locked. Okay, wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted. Why didn't y'all do that? Okay, wait. Which challenge made you sad that you don't read romance? Oh, the romance university one? It is really cool, isn't it? Romance-opoly. This one also, like I said, is Bridge 4 Books. And so that's what we have. All right. This one is Goobers, and this is Jashi. Her name is Jess. Her channel's name is Jashi Corinne. Goober. I don't know. I'm just going to put Goober. And we're filling our bakery with sweets. Goober's Micro Bakery. And so the first book I'm reading is 2 part sugar, 1 part murder. I have the prompts back here. What is it? The first book in a series or a prequel. And so that's what I'm reading. You could fill up 2 of these because there are 2 prompts for every month. I'm not doing that. I'm doing 1 prompt per month. And that's the way I'm doing it. And then that was her announcement video that I just shared right there. So there will be 12 books when it's over. I'm going to move each of them over here as I finish reading them. So these books will go away and they'll all be over on the shelves at the end of the year. And I like underneath here, she has a spot where I can put my rating, which I will do. Okay. Mystery thriller bingo. I said I wasn't going to do it, and then I changed my mind and decided to do it. And I have 2 mysteries that I'm going to be reading in January. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at my horror board to see if there are any thrillers on there that would count as other ones over here, and I'm going to add them. What I don't know, and I did put her channel, let's copy her channel, but does it start in January or did she already start it? Mystery thriller bingo. Because my brain was saying, it says 2026 at the bottom. So I'm going to say that it starts in January and goes through the whole year. But the other ones of these challenges start in random months and enter random things. Thank you, Isana. It starts in January. So that's what I'm going to do. Go through here. Dual timelines is something that I feel like I have to read and then say, oh yeah, that was dual timelines. Oh. My brain just cracked. Dual timelines. it just means 2 different timelines, right? They don't have to be doing anything related to each other. Is that what we're saying? Because I think Lenny Marks has dual timeline. It definitely has flashbacks. So I think it has dual timeline. And it's a mystery. All right. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Part of me wants to go through and pick out books and put them in here. And another part of me wants to be like, you have done that for a lot already. And I know how I'm going to be. If I spend this time and go through all of these things right now, I'm going to be real mad at myself when I don't want to read those books. So I feel like I need to just hold off on these. And I have 2 in January, which I'm feeling good about. And I just need to make sure that I have 2 to 3 in every month, and I will finish it all by the end of the year. Okay. Oh my gosh, Coffee, Cookies, and Books. I don't know what your name is, but I'm about to talk about yours in just a second. It's next. Right here. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I just got a little bit of a celebrity moment right there. You could I am going to take it a quarter at a time and then do extras. Okay. That makes sense. I like that. A pile of possibilities could work because then I'm not feeling so pressured about the whole entire thing. Okay. Well, since y'all just saw me freak out like a fangirl for a minute, this one right here, let me link your channel since she's right here. Okay. I just found her channel. Whoever shared this over in Discord. Did somebody share it over here? Let me find it. I'm on the page for, here we go. Oh, Silvana did it. She's not here, but Silvana shared this one, this Coffee, Cookies, Books. And it's just about reading your series. And the way that she has set it up, I will explain in as easy a way as I can possibly explain. Every month, you need to read something in your series, and it cannot be the first book in a series, and you can't repeat a series. That's it. That's it. So in January, the series that I am counting for my official January series is Nemesis Games, which is the next Leviathan. Nope, The Expanse. Leviathan Wakes is the first book. This is The Expanse. And so that's the next one that I will be reading since I just finished Cibola Burn, since you told me how to say it. And then in February, I'll do the same thing. These books over here are all the rest of my series books that I'm going to read in January. And technically, they're supposed to go down here. But y'all know I'm going to read way more books than go down here. So I'm going to have to copy this and make another. My plan, I'll show you, is to copy this. And then we just take off the top part of it. And now we have another set ready to go. And I can probably fit another one on here. Well, I can. I just have to do some maneuvering a little bit, making things smaller. Not like that. I don't want to do that. Stop it. Okay. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I will make these like tuck in their flaps. What? Why didn't it do that? Okay, it didn't. All right, there we go. Oh, it's because I accidentally made another one somehow. Okay, there. That's better. And my channel link is hiding back here. Now that I know how to link it to things that aren't words. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, so y'all go check it out and read series with us next year. I need you to be smaller because I do not like this big gap. Okay, Amanda, calm down. It doesn't have to be perfect. Anyway, there's a lot more room now for me to add books. When I finish reading them, that's what I will do. And so if I did not explain it correctly, feel free to correct me, but y'all can go over and watch hers. And then she just put out a video that I watched today, talking about her actual TBR. And y'all, she reads the same books that I read. So if you like my books that I read, go over and check out. I mean, we have Dungeon Crawler Carl the same. We have, I don't even know. I commented on her video and wrote so many things under there like, oh my gosh, I'm reading that one and I'm reading that one and I'm reading. That's why I'm acting foolish right now. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go to the next thing. Diversity book bingo. Y'all, did y'all watch this video? And were you as confused as me when you watched the video? Let me get you the link for it. And this is Diversity Bingo. And I did pick the biggest board that she had. I'm not trying to fill up this board, but she wants us to read 6 books that are on each of the continents. So 1 book per continent. Then we have to read 6 representations, diversity owned voices things. And we have a ton of the same. And I explained, no, I did not. But I had to like explain it to myself a couple of times to get my head wrapped around the rules. So I think that's why I've explained it a little bit. For this one, though, 6 books that are representations and 6 books on the continents. I get that, right? It's 12 books. Maybe you can combine a couple of them. Maybe you can't. I don't understand what the bingo board is. Like, if I read a book written by an Indigenous author, does it then have to have a body part on the cover and then I put it in that body part bingo spot? That is what I think I'm having a problem with. Also, local geography. Am I supposed to read a book about my local geography? Like, I'm really confused. So this is staying here like it is. Oh, Miss Smith, if you're still here, I might have an answer for you. Some of them are posted on Storygraph. Some are on Facebook on Kristen's page, and some are on Nicole's Instagram. They have a bridge for Instagram. So, okay, the foreplay and the star bridge and the journey to the thing, they're all posted on Instagram at Challenge Coven. So here's what, I can't give you the link, but Instagram at Challenge Coven for foreplay, star bridge. Those are the ones that are 5 each month. And then the journey one, that is the beginning of the month. That's where that is. And then Facebook groups is called Cats. I'll spell it for you. Cats Book Nerds is the Facebook group. Anybody that's on Facebook and wants to do it. And then, like I said, Storygraph you can find over there. Okay. And then some of them are on the bridge for Instagram, which is what you got. Okay. So hopefully there will be enough on there. You can send me a message on Discord and I'll send you the ones that you want if you can't find them other places. Okay. So we just need to figure this out. I don't know. Anyway, it's Ellen Made Book Club and it sounds interesting and like something that I would like to try to do, but we'll see what it's going to look like. It's going to be one of those that I just update at the end of the month. Like, what did I do? What did I read? Maybe I'll find out, that I'm not doing very much of this. I know the continents is a thing that I'm not doing. I do feel like I read quite a bit of neurodivergent, LGBTQIA, Indigenous, and okay on minority and disability. I don't do religion. That's a new one that she's added. And I don't think I read any like religious diversity. So I don't know. There are some interesting things to check out on here. And of course, I read North America. I have started reading more South America than I ever have before, and a ton in Europe because I feel like everything I read is historical mystery set in England. And then I barely read any Africa or Asia. All my mangas are Asia, otherwise no Asia. And then there's a few Australia. So I definitely could do better. So we're going to see what it looks like and how all of that ends up. And then finally, the last one before my Sims readathon that we're not starting yet, but it'll be after this, Stardew Valley. This is from the same person that is doing Once Upon a Year. If you have ever played Stardew Valley, it's requires sponsor representation. Oh. So the top row is Indigenous People, North America. So I could read like 3 Indigenous and 3 North America books. Okay. I mean, I do see that they have them written. She has them written out here like this. But it was confusing to me. So, okay. All right. I'll go with your idea. That's the best one I've heard so far. If you've played Stardew Valley, one of the things that you're trying to do is everybody in the community is working together to bring items to this center. Y'all, I've played Stardew Valley like 4 times, but there's like a community center and it has gotten run down and broken down, and you bring all these things to it. And part of what you bring are crops that you get, fish that you catch, all kinds of stuff needs to come to this thing to restore it. So that's what we're doing in the Stardew Valley Read-a-long. I don't know what they're calling it. Challenge, I guess. So the first 4, we're bringing 4 items, and then we will have a scavenger hunt, which is to share a photo of any book paired with something that represents spring to you. So any book and like a little flower, whatever looks like spring. If you guys want to go out catching baby rabbits and hold up a book and a baby rabbit, that's up to you. Y'all do that. Django, could you please not step directly on my Band-Aid? Come on. Okay. Yeah. Run down your little stairs. Django's gone. Also, I know we haven't seen the cats. I'll go harass them and bring them in here before we say bye. So this is what I'm reading. Everything I'm reading in January is actually going to fill up my Stardew Valley thing. And I think we have 3 months to read these 4 books. So again, I'm going to give you all the copy because we're kind of doing it in a seasonal thing, but it's not a season that fits with anywhere in the world. So it is winter and summer right now for the northern and southern hemispheres, and we're doing spring. So it's not always going to line up directly. This is Stardew. Right there. Okay. And then, like I said, the next thing will be The Sims Readathon. I mean, should I put a little placeholder? I definitely should, yes? Okay, let me do it. What? What is that? Okay, this is happening on my channel. If you missed me saying it earlier, it's happening March 24th on my channel. Make sure that you come back. March 24th, 2026, The Sims Readathon. It is not timed, so don't come freaking out that, oh my gosh, I've got another yearly challenge to do. No, you can work at your own pace. You just work as much as you want to do. Okay. Then I've got my 50 before 50. This is just the way that I have been randomizing it. You'll notice there's 2 of these. There are 2 Love Hurts. There are 2 Terry Pratchett's. And there are 2... What's the 4 things? There are 4 that I need to do. It starts March 24th. The video drops the day it starts. That's what we're doing. We're not ramping up to this. I mean, we might be throwing out hints or giving out graphics or showing buttons or I just made that up. There might not be buttons. Don't expect buttons. But the video is coming out. Yes, the other one is The Expanse. There's 2 of them. And I just missed them. Yeah, right there. Okay, right there and right there. So I update this once a month, really. I just slide over the next title of the book that I need to read. So like, where are we? Respoing. I just finished reading this. I just finished reading this. And I just finished reading this. So those all need to be replaced with the next level that's there. And I finished Atonement Sky. So actually, Nalini can go away. And the one that I have the most of is Lexi Blake. So we bring another one down here. That's my plan. Anyway, as we continue to work our way through the 50 series that I want to finish before I turn 50. Everybody's going to know exactly when my birthday is after doing all of this so often. But I have a year and a half, almost exactly a year and a half left to finish these series. So I am almost 50 years old, y'all. What? I mean, 60 used to be so old. I mean, really, I remember when my mother turned 40 and I thought she was super old. Wow. Okay. Here we are. Who asked me about it? Read along. Here we are. I'm going to be playing this one weekend out of the month in January, March, May, July, September, and November. The reason it's going to be every other month is because I'm going to do Relax and Readathon February, April, June, August, October, and December. I don't have a picture of it because she does a new one every time, but February will be the next Relax and Readathon, and I'll be doing that then. And then on the other months, I will be playing Lost in the Library. Now, my plan on both of these, because this has the same game board, she just changes the theme around. But my plan on both of these is to pick a little mover, whatever that's going to go around, and I'm going to leave it where it is. So like if I stop at Treat Yourself right here, I'm just going to stay there at the end of January, and I will come back for the weekend in March, and I will start again and see what we can do. That means that for Relax and Readathon, it's not just going to be one day. I'm going to do it for 2 days, for a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, potentially starting Friday night with my channel members, but I'm going to film it and it'll be up on the channel like a regular weekend reading vlog. So that's going to be my plan. Lost in the Library starting in January, and then Relax and Readathon in February, and I'll go back and forth. You can totally steal that idea. You can steal anything on this whole thing. Well, not the stuff that I didn't create, but anything I created, feel free to steal. And y'all, that's everything on this whole list. It just took me an hour and 40 minutes to walk y'all through it. How am I going to make this into a video that's not going to be so long and so boring? Like, I don't just want to say, and I'm doing r/fantasy, and I'm doing horror bingo. Maybe I divide it up into the ones, I don't know. I'll play around with some ideas about how to divide it up. But this is my main thing where I'm staying right here with all of the things that I'm doing. And then I'll just check in over here when things have finished and been done. So what do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to sprint, or should I just leave? It's already been an hour and 40 minutes. Y'all tell me. I still have an hour here at my house before I have to do anything. So that's what I was thinking too, Miss Smith, is just put it in different kinds of groups. And I do want to go change this where I have the number ones. First of all, I need to group them with their little one so that I don't lose a tiny one in a book thing. So I'll do those. But I can do those during a sprint if y'all want to sprint. If you're busy and you don't want to sprint, that's totally fine. I think what I'll do is you have to go to the gym. Don't look sad about it. Going to the gym is fun sometimes. And that's what I have to keep telling myself. It's fun to go to the gym. Okay. I just did those. So I just need to move them over. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of sprints. We'll just do 2 25-minute sprints with a little 5-minute break. I'm not going to pull up my Flocus thing. I will, because then I have to find. Otherwise, I have to find a thing, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I just want to not look that up. So we'll just do Flocus like I usually do. I'm sorry. What? I already have an account. I don't know what my password is. Okay, clearly that's not it. Why can't you just let me log in? I do have an account. That's not my email, I guess. What? Y'all, we're going to have the cat for a minute. I'm so sorry about it. Is there, let's just do this one then. So we don't have to have the loud cat. But speaking of cats, that's what I'm going to go do during the first sprint. I'm going to make myself bigger, but I'm going to move. Don't worry. I'm going to move this down so we can see this. But I'm going to make mine bigger because I'm going to get cats. And I know I don't need to be gigantic, but the cats are adorable and y'all want to see them. Okay. So I'm going to start this 25 minutes. And then we'll take a short break, and then we'll do another 25 minutes. So I'm going to be listening to my Lexi Blake book. I started it this morning. Also, For anybody who is also reading Losers Club, Puck and Prejudice is on my Libby, and I'm checking it out right now. Yay. Okay. All right. Not doing that. I'm reading a Lost Hearts. Lexi Blake, Lost Hearts. I've already 30% of the way through, and I started it this morning because I love these books. Okay. I'll see y'all in 25, but I'll see you in just a second with cats. I wasn't sure what the alarm was going to sound like. All of a sudden, I was like, oh my gosh, what if it's loud? Anyway, I got Peach at the beginning of the sprint, and then I just went and got Harvey for the second part of the sprint. Harvey was almost a pound lighter than she wants me to rub her neck. That's what she does. She just falls over so that I rub the back of her neck. Okay, but could you sit up, baby girl? She's like, nope, I want you to rub my neck. Okay, well, anyway. So, apparently we went to the gym with Dano, which is nice. Django is wearing his hoodie. It has an actual little pocket in the back of it. It's so stinking cute. So I know at one point I was trying to turn the thing down because she got up on the desk and sat down. So I was trying to turn the camera and all you could see were Peach's ears sticking up out of the thing. Anyway, so Harvey is, last night, Peach came up and laid with me in the bed to sleep. Oh, also, y'all saw Peach and Django. They are, they're much better being friendly than they were before. At least Peach doesn't hiss at him now every time she sees him. But anyway, so last night, Peach was laying in the bed with me, like laying down by my leg, just sleeping, and I was reading a book, and Harvey came in there, and I was like, oh, everybody's going to lay in here, because Django was already in there under the cover, and Harvey walked over to Peach and just straight up pounced on her and started attacking her, and I was like, Harvey, we are having a moment, and Harvey just wanted to play last night, so anyway. So, Harvey was in there. Oh my gosh, she just keeps falling over. So I will scratch her neck. It's so funny. She's like completely upside down with her head. Anyway, Django's also whining. Ron just got home too, and Wesley is making dinner tonight. We're having that Dorito chicken casserole. I know we talked about it before. That's what he's making tonight. So we're going to do one more sprint. I got 6% in my book. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Okay, Harvey, just a minute. Let me see. Oh, gosh, just sneeze. Go ahead and sneeze. Let me see. Yeah, 6%. I'm at 36 now, and I was at 30 when we started. So I might finish this book tonight. They're both so cuddly. Like, I don't know that I've ever had either cat that has just been so cuddly. Like, they'll sleep by themselves in the room, but sometimes they want to come in here and sleep on me. And so I'm like, I mean, she's purring like crazy. Y'all just can't hear it, but oh, you got done with your meeting, but now you're working. Well, we're going to sprint one more time for another 25, and then we're going to be done. But y'all helped me a lot today thinking through what I needed to do. She also likes to lay like on our necks. So she tries to get higher and higher. Wesley does not like it. Wesley's like, I want her to lay in my lap so I have my hands free. I said, well, she doesn't want to do that. That's not what she wants. So anyway, she's looking out the window right now. You finished your audiobook. Nice. And you only have 17 minutes left. Brenna, you're going to finish yours too. Nice. No, Wesley's not as worried about it because in the last couple of days, Harvey has just gone and sat with Wesley randomly, and Peach has been doing more coming and sitting with me without us even like trying or doing anything. And they'll just be up and they'll yell for me. Like if they want somebody, they'll be in the hallway just meow, just yelling until somebody says, we're in here. And then they'll come running wherever we are. So they definitely want to be with people, which is great. I think it's fantastic. My in-laws are disabled and they don't leave very often from their house. Really, they barely go out of this like 3-room area in their house. They kind of live in their bedroom / living room and the kitchen. And so the cats have always been around people. And my father-in-law he has trouble walking. So he sits a lot in his special recliner chair that he has. And so the cats would just climb on him. He sent me so many pictures of them sleeping on him. And so I think they just got used to being on people, and which is fantastic for me because that's what I want. Like I want cuddly animals. And that's the main reason that I don't always love cats because, they'll cuddle on their own terms. But okay, so we're going to go for 25 more minutes and I'll see y'all back here then. Okay. Harvey decided to come back and hang out in the middle of our doing this. So, no, I'm still going to be here Friday. I'm still going to sprint on Friday. This is not the only one this week. I mean, this week. Oh my gosh, Michael. I literally, the woman that created one of those readathons that I looked up today, though I can't tell you which one. Hi, Terry. Harvey is trying to sniff the microphone, and so she just hit me. Oh my gosh. Anyway, she was trying to get to the microphone. Now she's licking my fingers. Will you stop? Let me say what I was saying to Michael, and then we'll go down the list because my brain cannot focus on a million things at one time. One of the readathons that I did today was she said that she had done 2025, exactly what you're saying. No challenges, mood reading the whole year. And she said it was the best reading year that she's had. And I don't know what that means because I don't know how to mood read. Like, I do not know how to mood read. If somebody said mood read for the next month, the first thing I would do is make a list of books to read. I don't know how to mood read. I don't know how people mood read. I'm just like, what? I don't understand it. I'm always in the mood to read. I don't know about mood reads. What are you doing? Why are you just being the weirdest cat in the world right now? Okay, Harv, there you go. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I don't know, but she said she liked it, and I need structure for my reading as well, Bura. I'm like, I don't. Okay, but let me see. Now I go to Culinary, who said, is this your only live this week? No, it's not. I am still going live on Friday to do sprints. The cats have to go back for a booster shot. Oh my gosh, my back does not hurt at all. The most annoying part is that it's starting to heal and get a scab on it, and I just want to scratch it, and I can't scratch it. Okay, sorry. So, I am going to be sprinting on Friday. So, Ron is off work, but Wesley has to work. And so Ron is delivering Wesley to and from work. And I think I do have something that I'm doing in the morning, and then I'm sprinting. So I will be here Friday to sprint most of the day. All right. You got most of your salsa verde done for the chicken tamale making tomorrow. Nice. Terry showed up, and Sue did listen to Marian Bright. I got probably 6% more, I'm going to guess, into my book. Yeah, 42%. I went from 30 to 42 during the 2 sprints, which is nice. I'm going to go upstairs. Wesley said dinner is going to be ready about 5:15-ish, maybe. I don't know what he said, honestly. I was a little bit listening, but anyway, so I'm probably going to go upstairs and just listen to some more until dinner is ready. And then I want to know, Culinary is a mood reader, but without challenges, you would probably read nothing. Okay. Terry just reads the next shiny thing. You know what? I think I thought about this the other day. I was looking through books popped up, and it was the next book on the wiener down the way, the chicken rooster down the block, that series. And I realized that if I was just like, whatever you want to read, I would have read one of those next. You know, maybe that's a mood read, because I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, I really like those books. Maybe I'll read that. Dano, can you tell me what time it is right now for you in Melbourne? Or does Melbourne just have one time zone? Because I can look it up myself if I know if it just has one time zone. Okay. It's almost 9 a.m. And it's almost 5 p.m. for me. So, well, I'll be here when you wake up, but just as early as you want to wake up. Okay. So it's Australian Eastern is what Melbourne is. Okay, cool. Well, I'm U.S. Eastern. There we go. You think you'd binge more series as if you didn't do challenges? I kind of feel the same way. Okay, I have to mood read, but I also find the direction, prompts, etc. super helpful to pick where to look for a book I feel like reading. Okay. Mood reading doesn't work for me. It takes me hours to pick. That's exactly right. And then I'm with you, Marie. So I'll be like, let me mood read this and I'll read. I won't know what I want to read. It'll take me forever to decide what to mood read. And then when I pick it up, I'll be like, no, that's not it. And I'll put that down. Then I'll pick up something else, but no, that's not it either. And I'll put it down. Like I can't. And I need to be like, you're reading this book and then you're reading this book and then this book. Let me just peek real quick, Dano. I should be able to at least give you, it'll be 11. So I'm going to go live around 3 in the morning for you. So whenever you wake up, I will definitely still be live. Because I feel like by 11 a.m. is probably when I'll go live. Today, y'all, today was the final video for my client. Daily videos for Vlogmas officially done. We have done it every day in December, and I'm so happy that it's done. Sometimes you binge a whole series that's the next shiny thing, and then you have to read all in one shot. I don't think I can do that. Actually, you know what I did read all the way through? Almost back to back. I read other things in between, a few other things, but Wheel of Time. Like I read the whole entire thing last year, 2023. And I barely took any breaks. And I know what happened, but if you ask me a specific thing, I have zero idea what book that's in. People are like, oh, book 3 is blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know. Like it's all one story to me. Sue is a mood reader off a TBR. Once in a while you see a book you have to read. My sister's the opposite and has to finish or catch up to a series as soon as she starts it. She thinks I'm crazy for not completing them right away. No, I've never been that way. Even before I knew that readathons or reading challenges were a thing, I was creating challenges for myself to how to read books, and I never read. I set it up like a rotation because I'm psychotic and I love to set things up into rotations. Last night, y'all know how those of you who have spouses, they're eventually going to turn on you and tell your children all the crazy things that you have done in your life. And last night at dinner, Ron goes, have you told Wesley about your rotational movie thing? And I was like, mind your business. That was before he was born. He doesn't need to know about that. Just stop bringing all my crazy out in the middle of dinner, please. Anyway, so here's what I used to do. I had a dresser and the whole top row of the dresser was VHS tapes. Okay, take yourself back to the 1900s when we had VHS tapes all the time. And I had my whole drawer lined with these VHS tapes, and I would take one out and put it in, and then I would shift them all, like move them all around. And then when I finished watching it, I would put it at the back and I would pick up the next one and I would put it in, and I would shift everything around. So that's exactly how I read books. I had a list of authors that I like to read from, and I would start at the top of that, and I would read one of their books, straight down the list. And when I finished, I'd go back to the top of the list, and rinse and repeat, and rinse and repeat. And occasionally new books would get put on there, but I never, I wasn't out looking for new books. I had tons of, and when I say this list was gigantic, well over 200 and something authors. Oh, why would you? No, you cannot watch a movie out of order, culinary. I cannot even believe you would question. No, you cannot. I'm so mad at whatever's going on with my microphone. This is the same issues that I was having last time, and I ordered a whole new microphone, and it's still doing it again. Oh my gosh, hello, Amara. We were talking about stuff earlier, and your name came up. Anyway, I love that y'all agree with me that it's brilliant and smart, but no. I mean, I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. And also, I'm not good at doing one genre over and over and over and over. Romance seems to be the one that I can do the most before I'm getting burnt out and I want a different genre. But I can't read genres. Just it is. We were talking about Her Kid 2 and doing Her Kid 3. And I just said that you told me that I needed to do Her Kid 3. Now we're just talking about how we read and watch movies. Now I don't watch a movie unless they force me to. Wesley's watching through James Bond, y'all, like from the beginning, James Bond movies. He told me, I don't even know if this is a word I can say on here, so hopefully I won't get in trouble, but he said they've watched 5 movies so far, and he said James Bond is just a little bit rapey, and I don't like it. I'm like, it has been years since I've seen these. I had no idea. So I think that is so stinking funny. I was like, really? Like, oh my gosh. The way he said it today in the car, we were going to the mall. And I was like, well, let me show y'all real quick what I got at the mall, and then we'll go. So I'm just like wasting time right now. Okay, I don't know if Coffee and Cookies and Books is still here, but I got this one book because of her. She's reading this series by Liz Tom Ford. I have zero idea how to say her name. You know who says the E on the end is, okay, how dare you put Indiana Jones with James Bond. Culinary. Our first watch party is going to be the Indiana Jones movies. Okay, back to this. Okay, after I almost fell down. So she said she loves these, and each of the things is about a different sport. So we start with hockey, and then the next one's basketball. Basketball is my sport. Here's my tattoo. So I'm excited about this, and I bought it. Why? This is huge. First of all, I love that it has sprayed edges, whatever. It's huge. Am I going to read this with my eyeballs, or am I going to end up reading it? Okay, whatever. I couldn't help it. I got it. All right. Speaking of another one that I just couldn't help and I got, I've been wanting to read this for a really long time, The Appeal. It is mixed media. It's got emails and text messages and things. Here's a text message page in here, and it's a mystery, and it's supposed to be very good. My coworker was obsessed, and I had her name last year for Christmas, so I got her The Christmas Appeal last year for Christmas. Then, I don't know if y'all know. Just a minute. Hold on. Okay, in case y'all couldn't see it, this is me and my best friend, Stephen Graham Jones, right here. Okay. Anyway, the very first Stephen Graham Jones book that I read was Mapping the Interior, right here. And one of my viewers, one of you fantastically wonderful people, was at an event that Stephen Graham Jones was at and said, hey, do you want me to get his autographed on a book for you? And I said, yeah, Mapping the Interior. It's the first one of his I ever read, and I loved it. And that's why I started reading his books. And now he's my favorite writer. And she was like, okay. And right at that time, I had just done a collaboration where I got people to do 30 days of Stephen Graham Jones things. So I did a few of them. My friend Jake did some on his channel, and just random other people signed up. We all did a Stephen Graham Jones book for the whole month. And he knew about it, apparently, and he wrote, Amanda, thanks so much for the huge read-along. Stephen Graham Jones. Sign this. Mapping the Interior, my first. Okay, so why am I bringing this up? Because I got another edition of it today, and I think that's what I'm going to do, is try to get all the editions of Mapping the Interior. And because he's my best friend, and I need to talk about him at any time that I can. Then, the last thing I got today at the store, How to Solve Your Own Murder. This is on my 26, and I wanted to have it in my hands. I'm going to try to get as many of them as I can physically in my hand, not buying them. I think I'm going to go to the library and get a few of them. But for Mapping the Interior, I'm going to try to get all the editions, which these might be all the editions right now because they're re-releasing all of his books on paperback. He told me that when I met him because he's my best friend. Anyway, however, you can't see, but at the very top up there, I have Stephen King, The Stand. It's on the top shelf. You can see the little Stephen King pop, and right next to him is the stand. That was my first Stephen King book and my absolute favorite Stephen King book, still to this day, still. We'll fight about it if you want to, but it's true. And I want to own all the editions of The Stand. And there's a lot of them because it's like 60 years old at this point. So, the Muppet Christmas Carol. Wesley loves that one. He loves all things Muppets. Did you know, Amara, Jim Henson is from a little place in Mississippi. And when we go home, we drive right through it. It is the tiniest little town. It has no stoplights in the whole town. It's just the tiniest little place. And they have a little tiny museum over to the side that is free to just walk in. And it is, it's all about Jim Henson's life. And we went in there and Wesley got himself a Kermit the Frog that he was obsessed with when he was like, 7 years old or so. And 5 years ago, no, more than that, six years ago, maybe, Ron's dad passed away. And Wesley said, I want to leave Kermit with him. And they let Wesley put the Kermit the Frog in the casket with him. And so anyway, we love Kermit the Frog. But then also, what's his name? Jim Henson went to college at the University of Maryland. And so when you go to the University of Maryland, they have a statue of Jim Henson holding Kermit the Frog. It's just weird. Anyway, we love the Muppets. All of that to say. Wesley especially loves the Muppets. You can't wait to rewatch this video. Oh, yeah, you said that. You're excited for me to read Liz? Oh, the first was not the best. Okay, that's totally fine. It is a perfect Christmas movie. Okay, bye, Sue. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you Friday. Michael. Michael, that's so true. That is so true. Yeah, the little Jim Henson Museum. It's very small, but it is adorable. I mean, it's just like a little house right on the highway that they converted. But it is in, why can't I think of what the place in Mississippi is called where it is? I bet if I said something to Wesley, he would for sure know. But anyway, it's all about Jim Henson's life. And there's people just bring things there. So there's tons of like Pez dispensers that have Kermit or any other of the Muppets. All the Muppets are on there. So anyway, it's very cute. Okay, you're right. All the editions of The Stand I almost bought one today because they had an orange one, not the ugly orange hardcover, which I guess I am still going to have to get if I want all the covers, but it was a paperback today. They had a whole table that was just Stephen King. And I was like, really? He'll need his whole own table? But they gave it to him. It was so busy in there today. The line was ridiculous. I wasn't even getting Christmas presents. I was just buying books for my own self. Okay, that's it. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you for helping me. It is near Greenville. Oh my gosh, how do you know about Greenville? Did you Google? It's near Greenville. Greenville is where my orthodontist was when I was growing up. I mean, do I need to look it up? Jim Henson birth. Leland, Mississippi. That's it. Birthplace of Kermit the Frog Museum. It's right there on the corner. It actually came up. That is hilarious. Okay, he was technically born in Greenville. That's right. But then he grew up in Leland next and then later moved to Maryland. So that's why Maryland likes to claim him as well. But Leland is the place that has the little museum house thing. It's very cute. Yeah. All right. Would you say thank you? Always reminding me that I'm never doing too much because you're always doing more. I thank you for not saying that I'm doing too much because I definitely am. But we'll see what's going to happen in the new year when we do this again after I'm freaking out in March. Y'all remind me, March Amanda cannot be freaking out about what January Amanda has done or December Amanda has done for her. So anyway, that's right. Those of you who celebrate Christmas, have a great Christmas Day celebration. And I will see y'all on Friday for some sprints. Bye.